Welcome to DentonRadio.com, powered in part by Classic of Denton. The views and opinions expressed by the show hosts and their guests are those of the show host and guests, and not necessarily those of the sponsors, DentonRadio.com, or the Denton Convention and Visitors Bureau. For more information, visit the Policies and Procedures page at DentonRadio.com. Welcome back, everybody. We are live with the folks from the Frank Buck Zoo here at DentonRadio.com in the Discover Denton Welcome Center. If you are looking for an activity tonight, come on down and you can meet these crazy animals and the zoo creatures that they brought. So thank you guys very, very much for being here. We appreciate it. If you've never tuned in with us before, once a month or a couple times a month this month, we get to sit down with the folks from the Frank Buck Zoo and talk a little bit about what's going on just down the road at Denton Zoo in Gainesville. Which is a phenomenal zoo. If you've not checked out Frank Buck before, you really, really need to. But let's go ahead and get started, as we always do, with the animals first, and then we'll go on down the line.
Okay, so this is Kuba Madudu, and he has a Madagascar hissing cockroach. He's called that because he makes a hissing sound. Now, what's kind of radical about this guy is that, you know, we breathe through our nose or our mouth. He actually breathes through these little spots on his back called spiracles.
What?
Yeah, look at that.
Okay.
I don't know if the camera can pick that up or not, but
So those are like, don't get them too close to my face. I'm just kidding.
he's friendly.
So those are like nostrils on the back.
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's got an epic mustache in the front.
I mean, you could think of that as a mustache. Technically, those are antennae, just like all insects.
Okay, but I
you
thought
know.
those were supposed to be up here, and
Okay,
his
well,
are more like.
So he's pretty calm or chill right now. So he's just, I mean, you can
okay.
tell, like, people probably don't believe me, but he's real. He's,
Okay.
you know, we're just this good of friends. I mean, not people can brag.
like
Not
it.
many people can brag they're friends with a cockroach, but
True story. And he can move them around just like
Okay.
you would expect with another type of insect. But he's just very relaxed in Amanda's hand.
I can dig it. All right. Next up.
This is Sandy. She's a Kenyan sand boa. And so she's actually moving a little bit for us. So she doesn't look quite so still as Kupwa. So she's a sand boa. So she lives in Kenya and in some areas of East Africa. And she actually does dig down into the sand.
Okay.
So this makes it really fun to try to find her in her habitat back at the zoo because we have to actually dig into the sand to find her.
Right.
But she does like to stay underneath the sand. She uses that as a defense mechanism, of course. But it's also really, really hot over in Kenya. So she likes to get under the sand, get away, get out of the sun sometimes. And you'll notice that actually her head and her tail are very similar to each other.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just in case a predator were to come up and see one or the other. They might not know, is that her head or is that her tail? So they're going to be like, might be her head, might want to stay away because she might bite me.
Gotcha.
Works out pretty well.
So for a snake, if somebody were to say, how do I say this, a particular insult, if they said you're a rear end head, for them it's a compliment. It's a compliment. Right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sandy's like, thank you.
I like
Yes.
it. I
I was
like
trying
that.
my best.
I like it. Okay, now we can talk about the people. And we'll start here and work our way down.
Jake. So I am Susan, and we have a lot of really great things going on at the zoo. The most immediate of which is Zubilees. Yes, thank you, drum roll. It is tomorrow evening, starts at 6 p.m. There are still tickets available online, and it's going to be a fabulous time. I just came from the venue earlier this afternoon, and it looks great. It is a luau theme.
Sweet.
Denton's very own Jake will be
What?
MC.
It's the first I'm hearing of this.
And Michael Hicks is the band.
Super excited for that.
And we have a live auction and a silent auction. And boy, the stuff is amazing.
Yeah.
Great food. And of course, nothing would be complete. No zoo event would be complete without animal ambassadors.
Love that.
And the staff, of course.
Speaking of staff, we have.
My name's Amanda, and I'm a senior animal care staff member at Frank Buck Zoo.
Love that.
I'm Jamie, and I'm the zoo education coordinator.
Love it. See, I'm trying to think of the acronym. That's like a lot of
Yeah.
words.
It's
But
very wordy, but
I like
it makes me feel more important.
I can dig it. I like it.
So I just need to add another word onto your title.
Just every year.
Okay.
Every
sounds
year,
good.
in lieu of a promotion, we'll just add more words.
Well, no, she didn't say that. Don't
Well,
you?
yeah.
Jake.
Okay,
Put words in my mouth.
so let's back up to Zubilee, because I got to go to Zubilee for the first time last year, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
And then this year, I'm really looking forward to the luau theme because there might be some spinning
Yes.
of some things.
Yes.
And I want to go into that
There's
a little
some,
bit more.
Yes, there's going to be everybody, when they come in, they will be greeted with a lei.
Love that.
And we also have drummers and dancers,
So cool.
It would not be complete without hula.
Yes.
And so, yes, we've got tiki glasses and specialty cocktails, and it's going to be fabulous.
I love that. I love that. And fire spinners?
Yes.
That's what I was going for. I was fishing for that.
I knew you were, but because the fire marshal is not particularly fond of the fire in the building, I think we're
not
doing.
listening. He's not
So
listening.
just
Our little secret, Denton. Okay.
Yeah, we're just joking. That's the official
JK.
record. If you put JK after it, you can do whatever you want. Anyways, so that's going to be a really, really fun event. I'm super excited
is.
about it. And there's still tickets available?
There are still
Awesome.
tickets available
And they can get those at?
at online, actually.
Perfect. At frankbookzoo.com?
Yes, they can.
Love it. Nice plugs. Plugs on plugs
You're
on
really
plugs.
good at this, like we've been here before or something.
Anyways, but no, Zubilee really is phenomenal event. You guys do such just killer events, top of the rung. Every time I get to do anything with Frank Book Zoo, I'm really, really impressed. You have terrible choice in MCs, but other than that,
We disagree.
other than that,
fabulous,
it's a good time. So anybody that is looking for something to do Saturday night, you've got to check it out because it's a really, 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 really fun time. And you're supporting the animals. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else were you going to do on Saturday night where you could say that you're supporting the animals?
I don't know.
Anyways, there's other activities coming up as well, and we would be remiss if we didn't get to plug some of those as well. So what else is on the calendar for Frank Book Zoo?
So daily, we do offer opportunities for encounters
Love
with
that.
some of our various animal family.
Mm-hmm.
Giraffe encounter is every day at
Love
10:30. We also have flamingo feeding. That is a limited number, and there is an age limit on that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, we have new capybara encounter as well.
That was I couldn't remember the name the other day. But yes.
Super cool. So we have those opportunities every day. You don't have to call ahead for the giraffe encounter. The
Okay.
others you're going to have to do a little bit more
Gotcha.
planning because we do have limited slots. But
Awesome.
the biggest thing we have coming up on our calendar is Zubu.
Woohoo!
So after Zubilee, then we roll right on into that other evening event in October, and that
Love
would be
that.
Zubu. It is on the 26th, Saturday the 26th. It's from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Love that.
Lots of treats and games and bounce houses, costumes. It's a really good time. Family friendly, non scary.
I love that. That's going to be fun. You got to find some non-scary stuff. You should go to Zubu. Boo.
You.
Anyways, so it's true. All right, man, this is going downhill. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about the animals, the real stars tonight. We got to talk briefly about the head and the matches and the mustache and everything, but let's go a little bit more into these guys. Why is it called a hissing cockroach?
Well, that's because he makes a hissing sound. So if you think about those spiracles that we talked about a little while ago, what he does to make that hissing sound, he's actually essentially blows his nose. So,
Okay.
Except when I blow my nose, I sound more like an elephant. When he does it, he sounds more like a snake or a cat or I don't know who said that, who did that, but that was thank you. Thank you.
That was him. That was him.
But he does that to help scare away predators or, any animal that might like to eat him, such as, I don't know, lemurs. Or some people think they taste like avocado. I can't personally attest to
Cockroach
this.
tastes like avocado.
That's what I've been told by the people who've tried this. So, anyway,
Anyways,
if you're not...
None of us here at the table.
avocado. So where? Anyways, moving forward. All right. So
Very important protein source on the island of Madagascar
Okay.
for all walks of life.
Walks of
Exactly.
life.
Yes.
Hey, to each their own. You know?
I try not to
There's-
judge.
There's some foods I
Hey,
like to
you
eat,
know,
but, you know.
yeah, because his relative, I bet you do eat. Do you eat shrimp,
Yes.
crayfish,
What?
lobster?
Okay.
You know, any of those
Okay.
things?
So they're
Arthropods?
relatives.
Yeah,
It's a tiny lobster.
yeah, that's all it is.
If you know,
Whatever you say, y'all are the experts.
squint
Y'all
and
are the
don't think
experts.
about it.
Okay. I do love shrimp. I do love shrimp. I'm a seafood guy. So hey, is it weird that it looks more delicious now? Anyways.
We're just gonna.
So I am gonna ask this. So the holes on the back that you're saying it was smelling out of, that's where the hiss is coming from?
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me that this animal has a series of a bunch of mouths that it's hissing out of on its back?
So we're not gonna call those mouths. So okay,
Because that's
His
straight
head
terrifying.
is actually underneath this top part, and that's actually where he eats from. I know it's kind of hard
Really?
to tell. So
Like the
that's
little ant head. Right
yeah,
there.
What?
yeah. So a lot of people think this is his head.
Yeah, because it looks
But
like
it's
little eyes.
actually underneath it. But
Aw.
these little circles on top of his head that a lot of people think are eyes, those are actually horns. That's actually how you can tell that this is a male Madagascar hissing cockroach instead of a
'Cause his
female.
freaking horns. That's good.
And they'll
This is now
actually
my new
fight
favorite.
other males.
That's
Awesome!
cool.
I'm so happy.
You know,
It's his
I'll-
favorite.
I try.
That's cool. That's really
Job done.
cool. Hey, you
Good
know,
job, Amanda.
Respect, because my head's too big for my body. So if somebody who said it's too small, I mean, brother recognizes brother. Anyways, on to the snake. So it burrows in the sand. That's where we get the name Sandy.
Mm-hmm.
One end looks like the other. Any other interesting factotums?
Well, I will say, I don't know if you noticed,
Mm-hmm.
but some people might think that the snake was being a little rude. Did you
Okay.
see what Sandy was doing?
Sticking their tongue out.
Yeah. I mean, for people, not a good thing. Not so cool.
I understand.
Snake?
I had to see HR about that.
Okay, no comment. But anyway, so basically, the snake has something called a Jacobson's organ in its mouth, and so
A
has
what organ?
a Jacobson's organ.
Just saying. Anyways,
And so basically, they have a forked tongue, and they can pick up twice as many scent particles on that forked tongue. So more
Really?
surface to pick up
Okay,
scent particles.
okay.
Pulling it back inside the mouth, the forked tongue can actually go in. The Jacobson's organ actually has like two holes, like two little pits.
Okay.
It goes right on in there. It's almost like slipping a disc into a computer. Or do we
Huh.
do that anymore? I guess a jump drive. I don't know. Whatever.
That sounds right.
Yeah. But basically,
I use the cloud. But whatever.
yeah, that was so
She stores it in her
1990.
cloud.
There you go. There you go. I like it.
And then basically, that's just analyzing the information, if
Very
you will,
cool.
is what the Jacobson's organ does.
I
So,
love that.
Yeah.
Very cool. You guys bring the coolest stuff. Always my favorite guests. Okay, so a lot of cool stuff coming up at Frank Buck Zoo. Gotta go to Zubilee immediately. That's tomorrow. Don't miss that one. Zubu's coming up. Make sure you add that to your Halloween festivities. And then, of course, anytime you can come by the Frank Buck Zoo and check out all the animals. Am I mistaken, or is there a special deal you can do now where you can do all 3 feedings?
You are absolutely correct.
Bam.
That would be our trio encounter where
Love
you
that.
can feed the flamingo, scratch the capybara, and feed the giraffe.
If that is not a party,
We also
I
do
don't know
birthday
what it
parties.
is.
So
Oh, yeah, then there's that too.
if that's not a party. All right, we have got a lot of folks here that want to meet these animals and the zoo creatures. So make sure you come on down and hang out with us tonight here at the Discover Denton Welcome Center, 111 West Hickory Street, if you want to meet these guys tonight. But make sure any other time you head just down the road to the Frank Buck Zoo for an awesome experience. Anything else we want to talk about before we wrap up, guys?
The giraffe calf is getting really large.
Got to see it while it's still little.
That's right. He's
Gotta
doubled
see
his
it.
size. Just saying.
He was what?
Yeah.
Wait,
he has,
weight-wise.
literally.
That was like
I mean-
Yeah.
not that long ago.
Yeah. So, I mean, he
Wow.
was about 5 feet tall when he was born. He's over 7 feet tall now. So that portion isn't
Wow.
doubled. However,
But
his weight has
still,
been doubled.
that's
Yeah. He's actually
quite
more
impressive.
than double his weight. So, yeah,
hey.
he's growing fast.
Come see the giraffe while it's still celebratory to gain weight.
That'll be several years, actually.
Thank you guys very much for tuning in with us tonight. We appreciate it. Have a great, great night. Come on down and see us. It's also Free Beer Friday tonight, so make sure you check that out as well. And we will see you guys at the Frank Buck Zoo.
Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. We want to thank our partners and sponsors who made this show possible. And now stick around for a word from all of us here at Discover Denton.
Do you love live music? If so, make Denton, Texas your next vacation. Find more information at discoverdenton.com.